Today we're going to be creating a fantastic pizza base, carnivore style. Now, if that sounds interesting to you, how about you smash the like button as well as subscribe and also hit the bell icon so you can be notified when we upload more videos. Right, let's go check out how it's done. Okay, now what we have here, we have 1 cup of pork rind, half a cup of mozzarella cheese, 1/4 cup of softened cream cheese, 2 eggs, and then what we have is, in this particular one, we have got Italian herbs. Then over here we have onion powder, and right here we have garlic powder, and they are 1/4 teaspoon each. Well, actually, I think these are 1/2 teaspoon each. And then we're going to be making sure we turn on our oven at 175 degrees, and we're going to preheat that. That's 175 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Alright, let's get to doing this. Oh, before we do, I just want to actually show you something as well. Right here is my crushed pork rind. Now, what I did was I just blended this all together, and I used the company Joe's Food Company. Now I'll leave a link for this in the description down below so that you can actually have a look at that. Right, now I'm just going to put this away and we'll be right back. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to actually add all of our dry ingredients to the bowl. So I want to put everything in. That goes the garlic, here comes the onion powder, the Italian herbs. Oops, better make sure I get that onion powder in. Not quite enough there. There we are. Italian herbs. I'm going to add the 1/2 cup of mozzarella cheese. And then we're going to start adding our slightly wetter ingredients. Over here I've got my already softened cream cheese, so I'm just going to put that in. And then we're going to start adding our eggs, and this is what we're going to be using as our base. Once this sets, we're then going to put this into a cake tin. I don't have a very large oven, so I need to use something small like a cake tin. Otherwise, I will give you the ingredients down below for a full size pizza base. So I'll put this in here, but the one I'm using is actually designed for a very small pizza base. Now, of course, all we need to do now is just mix this all together. So allow me to just do that, and we'll be right back. Just make sure you stir it through, and it will give us a rather dry base. And it will be quite thick as well, and we can just pat that down into the base. So we're going to make sure that everything is mixed through and everything is incorporated. I might use a wooden spoon for this. There we are. I'll use a wooden spoon for this. I think it'll mix better if I do that. Not incorporating quite as well as I'd hoped using that rubber spoon. Okay, so I'm just going to mix this thoroughly through so that everything, including the cream cheese and the eggs and everything, is all mixed through thoroughly. And as you can see, it's starting to create quite a thick little base for us that we can then pat into the base of this cake tin. Now let's just make sure it's fully incorporated and there's no egg left in missing out and where it's going to go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring over the pan, and we're going to then start adding this to the pan. So this is going to be a reasonably thickish base. That's fine. Now I also had pre-greased the pan by putting paper down here, and I put little slits inside the paper to allow it to sit properly inside of there. Then all we need to do is just pat this down to create the base. So I'm just going to quickly do that. If you need to, you can always wet your fingers if it gets too sticky. Now, as I said, I preheated the oven to 175 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Just make sure that everything is covered. We don't want to miss any spot. We don't want holes in our pizza base. Now what we need to do is make sure that when we cook this, we only cook it for 3/4 of the way through. We don't want to have this cooked all the way through, because when you put the topping on and you go to add this to the actual pizza, you're going to put this back in the oven again, the base will be in fact a little bit, you could burn the base. So you need to be careful not to accidentally burn the base. So you 3/4 cook it. So about between 12 to 15 minutes will be ample at that temperature. So you just add this to the bowl. Just make sure that everything is covered, that there's no little holes in here, and try to get it as smooth and as close to the edges as you can. Now, once this is finished being done, try to make it as flat as possible. Then you can add that to your oven. Okay, there's a little bit of hole there. Make sure you try and cover up any little holes that you might find. Alright, so there we go. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now you can salt this if you wish to. I'm not going to salt it, I'm just going to leave it as is, because I'm not actually eating this today. I actually am going to create another one tonight about how to create a hamburger. Carnivore hamburger, and that's what we're going to be having tonight. Carnivore hamburgers. That's going to be my dinner. So I'll actually create a video about that a little bit later. But right now I just want to show you what creating this, because I want to help out a fellow carnivore eater. There's a lady who I've just recently subscribed to. She's very new to the carnivore diet as well, and she was in Las Vegas and walked through a pizza joint with her husband, because her husband is on holidays, and therefore he's on holidays from his carnivore diet. And they decided to go for a walk through the pizza place, and it was killing her. So this is more for her, so that she can learn how to do this, and hopefully she'll enjoy it. So that's my pizza base, and I'm going to be putting that straight into my little oven. I'll be right back. Alright, so as you can see, my oven has preheated. I'll just put that up over here. Now you want to be able to time this for about 12 to 15 minutes. So I'm just going to quickly pop that in here. And this is where you're just going to be leaving it there for about 12 minutes, and I'll check it in about 12 minutes. Okay, so my timer for 12 minutes has gone off. Let's have a look and see if this is ready to come out yet. Okay, this is about 3/4 done. And I think that was probably, it's looking a little bit brown around the edges. I don't know if you can see that or not. They're a little bit, tiny bit brown around the edges, and that's probably about perfect. So I'm just going to put this down to avoid dropping it. So let's have a better look at it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to oven mitt on so I can touch this without burning myself. I'm just going to test the edges. See that it's looking like it's lifting up quite nicely, and I think that is going to be quite enough cooking for this particular amount, because we don't want it overcooking, primarily because we need to be able to put the toppings on this as well a little bit later on. Like I'm going to be putting the toppings on this tomorrow, and then we're going to be adding that back to the oven at 175 degrees, and then we're going to be okay. So tomorrow I will cook up the sauce that goes on this, and I'll also be adding things like bacon as well as ham, and we'll be adding it all together, and then we'll be recooking the whole lot of, and also cheeses and various other things. Then we'll cook that up the rest of the way. But that is all there is for it right now. This is the pizza base that I've created, and this is absolutely amazing. This is fantastic. So as I said, I will leave a full-size base instructions down in the description down below. Okay guys, if you got some value out of this video, how about you smash the like button, as well as subscribe, and also hit the bell icon so you can be notified when we upload more videos. Hey, while you're at it, why not consider sharing, and also leave a comment down below and let me know what you think of this Carnivore Pizza Base. Alright guys, also to let you know, right here is a video I believe you might like. Down here is a video YouTube thinks you might like. Right here is an image of my head. Now if you click on that, you'll be able to subscribe. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.